Nubian Queen, Balaja. Balaja is here and she's going to talk to us about her phenomenal business and about what we're all trying to partner to do in bringing awareness to our African American businesses.
Yes.
And what we can do to be a better support system and let them know that they do matter. They do. Black owned businesses do matter in our community. I'm a black business owner. Balaji is, and I love to call her Queen Bee. She just reminds me of a beautiful African queen. As we all are. So we're going to position these devices. Hey, thank you so much. So look, the show must go on. The show must go on.
Yes, it does.
Hey, Thomas. Thank you. Hey, Stanley. Hey, Jay. Let's see who we got here. That's Juanita. JB. Hey, Juanita. So sit tight as we begin to rock and roll as best we can.
Roll the phone.
Oh my gosh. Elijah over here with two phones going.
I got three.
Oh my God. Well, we are just so covered.
Yeah.
So let
All
me
angles.
see the best way to, let's see if we can turn this one.
Okay, bro.
Oh,
There you
they're
go.
telling me to rotate the device though.
Oh, you have the Android?
Yes.
Can you do it sideways or no?
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
There it goes.
Okay, it's going to send me a message.
So you can't turn your phone while live. Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
So they're going to make me switch and get an iPhone.
You should.
So this is, listen to her. She said we should.
We
so
should.
This is what we're going to do.
Yes.
Catch the show as you are right now. That will be all up in your this month black owned businesses. We're going to do some shout outs. Today is the 16th.
Yes.
I know you have brought, and let's see if both of us can get on this camera. You have brought, we were both going to bring 8 businesses that we are going to shout out. And we are so sorry. Let me apologize now. Morris wanted to call in to the show so that he can talk to us about all things black excellence, the importance of us supporting all of our businesses. And I also had a conversation with Candy Lowe. She was calling in to the show today, but it's all good. You all will get to still tune in and share your comments with us because it's all about support.
Yes.
Support.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to let this Nubian Queen introduce herself and as well her business, but I'm going to turn my phone around. You'll still be able to catch her. She's going to tag me on her Facebook page. Yeah, we're getting all this technology stuff down so that we can stay in communication with you all since you're taking your lunch breaks with us. And again, we say thank you to our dedicated Facebook listeners. On Let's Talk Business with SJC is a young lady that I met about 3 years ago. You've seen her face. She has one of the most beautiful logos, so Afrocentric, so representative of who we are, Afroganics. And she'll explain to you how she came up with that amazing name, why she decided to take this route as far as establishing her business, and why here, why now, in here. And let's hear from her. And then you'll understand why I am so excited to be able to partner with her. And we'll talk more about that partnership. So I'm going to turn this phone around so that she can introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Balaji. I'm the owner of Afroganics LLC. Afroganics is 3 years old as of May.
Woohoo!
But Afroganics started because I just saw so much really going on within our world that I was just kind of disgusted with. Every single other day when somebody got shot from Philando, we had Eric Garner probably a couple years before that.
Right.
And then it was just like back to back to back. And I was just like, you know what? I'm tired and I have to do something about it. And the thing was that... Yes.
Look at this!
The thing about it was that I've always wanted to have a black specific business that was just geared towards us, but you know, I just kept putting it to the back burner. And I had another business in Jersey that I was really involved with, and I was just like, I can't take time away from that because that's really stressful itself. So once everything started happening, I was disgusted, and I was like, you know what, I got to start Afroganics. So I happened to just be chilling one day. And something just hit me. It's like, okay, start something that's going to be help people with, who are homeless. It's going to help people who've been incarcerated, and just kind of do different things that are going to really assist us as a people, because it's all about creating jobs. It's all about creating resources. And so it was like, I just had basically, if you want to call it a vision or something, that came at me where I was just walking down the street, and a guy was walking. He was homeless, and I was like, hey, you looking for a job? And he was like, yeah. I was like, all right, go to this place and just tell him Balaji sent you. Oh, and he was like, who's Balaji? I was like, don't worry about it. Just go there and they'll get you to work. People. And so basically he went there, and I basically had a warehouse type situation. We were able to get him right to work, and he was able to go from there. So I just knew that Afro Organics was going to be a situation where we could really empower a lot of people. A lot of our men and women come out of the prison system, and unfortunately they're not able to find work because of their record. But if we're trying to re-empower people, it's all about rehabilitation. If you cannot provide for yourself or your family, you're going to re-offend. I just know that, plain and simple. So how can we help them? By giving them positions that empower them. So technology is the thing. So if you have somebody who maybe work in a call center or work in the warehouse, you're dealing with logistics, you're dealing with a lot of different things. And Afro Organics is all that. So we are the mobile marketplace for Black-owned businesses, where you can buy and sell products on our platform. But then what we can do, and what we are doing, is we are your drop shipping, order fulfillment company also for Black businesses.
Oh, so you're gonna have to slow down.
Yeah.
you gave our listeners a lot of information. Yeah. But first, how do you come up with the name Afro Organics? And then you have to spell it for our listeners as well.
Afro Organics, AFROGANIX.
Yes.
All right. And I just was trying to figure out a way of us going back to how we are as a people. We're organic. We are natural. We are earthy. We're the sun people. We are. This whole planet is us. We are a manifestation of it. So I just wanted something that was going to show, our hair, the earth, the just the tree of life all together. And
so the green, the black, the brown.
And I'm my family's Nigerian, and so our colors are green and white. So that's what I wanted to make sure. So I'm not wearing the white top today, but you really see it on the white top. But we are green and white for Nigeria. So I wanted to encompass, my upbringing. I think I remember.
I wanted people to actually see that.
Yeah.
I feel really proud because look at the color of my show's logo, green and white.
Yeah.
Green for empowerment and those Black dollars. So I want you all to see this beautiful Afrocentric ad.
So that's.
And there you can see the logo. And there's our queen.
Yeah. So you can see Afro Organics, AFROGANIX. And you can follow us on all social media platforms, Afro Organics LLC. And Facebook, we do have a Twitter, but Instagram. So this whole month, because it is Black Business Month, I put out an ad to let people know, hey, we're doing free promotions for everybody. And funny enough...
Wait a minute. Yeah. You just glossed right over that. Free promotions? Is that to just become a member?
No, just for me to just post your product or post your business. So funny enough, we were bombarded, like my Instagram DMs were crazy, and I was like, okay, so I'm just posting people's stuff. So all they had to do was send me the name of their company, a couple pictures or videos, the hashtags or whatever I need to tag, and I just uploaded it, and I just kept doing that. So I'm backed up because I've been busy past couple days traveling.
And she's here.
And I'm here because I was just in Philly or Jersey a couple days ago, and I'm back. And then I was supposed to be in New Orleans this week. That got canceled. But it's just that, I said Black Business Month, all free promotions, because usually our promotions can run from maybe $20, depending on what you're trying to have us post, to almost $200, because we could put you on our actual website, on our what's called a carousel, and just show your products throughout the day on our platform. So if people want to take advantage of that, all they have to do is just DM us on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll post your stuff all month for free. But September 1st, we go back to regular price.
But you know what? And I was thinking about this. What a way September ushers in one of our weekend holidays, Labor Day. Mm-hmm. And what a way to celebrate National Black Business Month all month long. And then we begin September And so one of the things that we're doing is we partner together in National Black Business Month is the Power of 31.
Mm-hmm.
So you've heard her talk about her reasoning for wanting to start that company, Afro Organics, and the fact that we are just an organic people, and seeing a need, addressing a need, and doing something about it. But I'm actually sitting up in here, and I'm cracking up. I had a crazy morning. She did too.
Yeah.
And so we come here, and then it gets crazier.
Yeah.
But I'm in my conference room, y'all, and I'm gonna just pan my phone around because, listen, there's one phone and facing one chair. There's a second phone, there's a third phone, and then there's my device.
Yeah.
Talk about technology. So when you have a guru in the house who knows all about connecting, who knows how to take advantage of the resources that are available to us. So that's Android, so it won't work. No,
but that one is working. I don't know why.
But and then she's telling us just finding the need of individuals needing and wanting a job, and so she is outlining all of those special needs that affect our community, and has decided to create a business to do just that. But when I met her, what was most intriguing was wanting to create an online marketplace. She didn't just talk about it, set it up. We were fortunate enough to partner with her. She is one of DSI Blackpages advertisers. And I would say to her, wait a minute, farmers, we're going to have fresh produce. She is just not limiting the online marketing to just here. She will be able to support your business, whatever we're having here or going on at 5508 campus. When she blasts your business, it's out there. It's all over. People will know about you. And she is so quick. She and her team are able to just disseminate information quickly, get it designed for you. I'm super, super excited because she's giving everybody 1 month free of posting your business on her site, on her Facebook page. Really, what more can you ask for? We have the opportunity of doing that on a weekly basis. We have always tried to make sure, we as in DSI Blackpages, that we're introducing new Black businesses into our community, introducing you to even existing businesses that you may not even know or be aware of. So you have the publication is in print, the publication is live, but coming down the pipeline, it will be just a swipe of your finger. Then we get to come over here and partner with Balaji, and so she can take our businesses now. And she has a special offer for those of us, for those that are listed in DSI Blackpages. We met again, I think it was back in, and I'm paying back over. Yeah, in the early part of spring, to talk about what are we going to do for National Black Business Month. And I said, well, every year we do 31 ways. We call it the 331s. The power of 31. 31 ways in 31 days, spend $31 with a Black-owned business. And one of the things that Balaji said to me was, okay, well, I tell you what, why don't we lower, and these were your membership fees and even your affiliates. Yeah. So now, also during the month of August, and we're all going to culminate on Saturday, August the 31st, to continue shouting out our Black-owned businesses. But since I said the word shout out, I was speaking this morning with Fentress Driscoll. Yes, hey, our Representative Fentress Driscoll, and I said to her, what Black-owned business would you like to shout out? And so we're going to shout out Heart My Selfie by Soraya Nicole. The Hall on Franklin, Mike's Car Wash. She said they were worthy of us shouting out. I know Balaji has some businesses that she's going to shout out. And so guess what? We don't have a commercial break. We're so used to pausing. She has a show on In Touch News, and we'll let her tell you a little bit about her show. And of course, we're on Let's Talk Business with SJC, and we can just continue to do that. Yeah. So I'm going to take this opportunity and then we're going to pan the phone back around. But those of you that are on those 3 devices, you can still see what's going on.
Yep.
We're being tagged, and so you'll be able to catch the show in its entirety. But again, we say to those of you who have tapped in, we say thank you. Hey, William. Hey, Ingrid. We appreciate you. Hey, Gloria. And so, but let's do some shout outs. And you probably have your list by memory.
I do, but then I
So-
also did bring not samples, but I do
And we
have.
can all do this. And so what we would love to do, for those of you that are listening to the show, you've got your cellular device, please take a moment, since you can't call into the show, take a moment and post one of your favorite Black-owned businesses. So I'm going to shout out, hey Ingrid, and these were 2 given to us by Ingrid, and it's Yanni's Spar Bar. Now the good news about the businesses that we're shouting out is after the show, when we do our thank you post, we will try and connect you, if not with their website, we will definitely look for their Facebook page. But shout out to Yanni's Spar Bar. Woohoo! And then we have Love and Royalty Boutique. Yes, Love and I love the names of both of these. And so 2 more businesses that you can shout out. There is, and I'm going to shout out Abundance Life Enrichment Center, because we have pastors who are serving their purpose, fulfilling their spiritual calling. And a shout out to my church, New Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, and my pastor, the Reverend Larry L. Roundtree. I was not in service on this particular day, but one of my family members shared with me what our church is wanting to do for James Elementary. So first, a shout out to James Elementary School. The community knows that they need support, and here are 2 churches, and I'm certain there are more that are reaching out to do something and to support James Elementary School. Be sure to go to their Facebook page or to their website, and you can find out what's going on. You heard Balaji say it's about what we're going to do in our organic community. That's helping to empower people, helping to change their lives. If they're looking for jobs, resources are there. If you're looking for housing, resources are there. If you're looking for support, we as a community should be able to support our own. And another shout out goes to Serenity Outreach Inc. I'm going to, let's see, we have Style Your Curves. I love the name of this business already, because God made us beautiful. Isn't that right, girl?
We gorgeous.
We gorgeous. I got the queen in the house. We call her Queen Bee. But okay, so somebody's shouting out a business. Well, take a moment, and as you're viewing this live rendition, send us a name. Send us a name. This is one that so many of you know, Perfect 10 Nail Salon. One of the first nail salons I ever went to. They are still in business, so that means they have been in business for many, many years. Kudos to you all. And you all remember Frank L's, Ally Healthcare. Dr. Davis and I did a whole segment, and we gave you all a listing of over 20 plus African American medical practitioners. Yeah, we've got Black doctors all over. You just need to find out where they are and go and support them. So now we're going to switch, and let's see, if not a product, some of the businesses that Balaji has brought here with us. She'll be able to shout out some of those businesses that have reached out to her and asking her, please shout my business out. Mm-hmm. Shout your business out. We're shouting out Black-owned businesses. So shout out to Candy Low. I know you were going to call into the show today. We were also wanting to engage in conversation for those businesses that are unique, and their primary function is to introduce you to other businesses in our community. Yeah. And so there's the Black Business Bus Tour coming up in September, and that's the family reunion tour. So we will be sure to make sure that website, that information is posted on our website. But you all already know. We can go to Candy Low Business Buzz. I'm a part of that group. and it's there. And these are businesses that have been doing this for years and years. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Mars Martin. It goes all the way back. Let's see, he goes back to Degree or Better. And I remember when we used to go to individual businesses long before you came to the Tampa Bay area. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
It was more like show and tell. And we would show up at a particular business, and the business owners would have some light refreshments, and then we would invite the community to come in. And we would do that like once a month, sometimes twice a month. So for many, many years, you've had a catalyst of individuals that understand the importance of our culture, that understands the importance of supporting businesses of people who look like us, who know our needs, know our wants, know our desires. On the show earlier this week, Dr. Shanae Davis and I was talking about how we can empower our communities. And I mentioned how I'm seeing all of these Mercedes-Benz vans coming around into our communities with the prime and the yellow smile. And so, but you have a solution of what we can do for those small businesses that are not able to be a part of the big conglomerate. They can go to
Afro-Organics. So what we are doing is similar to that. We will fulfill your orders for you. So all you have to do is, and you can still manage your sales on your own platform.
Awesome.
That's the one
That's
thing.
key.
That's the one thing a lot of people forget, or they feel like that's gonna be lost. No, because we're not trying to take your money. All we're really trying to do is provide a service. So you could pay for the specific service of order fulfillment and still maintain your sales on your platform. You can either send us the invoices so that we can process it, but all you have to do is send us your products. And that's service. Full service. So you send us your products. Depending on the volume of it, our smallest price right now is $200 a month. All right.
Okay.
So you send it over. We would package it and send it out as soon as we got an order. That's it. Simple as that.
So I'm looking at a product that you have right here,
Yes.
and if she can just bring that product in view,
Yes.
you guys will be able to see it.
I actually
Look at
just
that.
found out about this guy yesterday during my show because our guest brought it in, and he's from St. Petersburg actually.
Okay.
His name is Chris Ramsey. The name of his coffee company is Big Storm Coffee.
Oh, I love that. Big
And
Storm.
so he's from St. Pete, I believe. He's running this out of Clearwater, but he's a local native for you guys. But us as Black people, we always say, hey, I need this, but I don't know a Black company that does that. Well, my job, what I've been doing is, I'm a millennial. Like sometimes, I need a pair of shoes. Okay, do we have any shoe companies? I found those kind of shoe companies.
Awesome.
I wanted water. So the next company that we
yes,
all know
shout
about.
out. We have it here.
And Mr. Ashley.
Yes, hey, Ashley.
He's partnered with us for real with Afro. So we do have a Black-owned water company based here in Tampa. And if you wanted to order these waters, all you have to do is contact me directly or Mr. Ashley. But we are fulfilling these orders through Afro-Organics, all right?
And you can find blue water in DSI Blackpages.
Yes. So it's Afro-Organics, AFROGANIX .co. And I will post the link for the blue water feature on our website, but we are going to sell these either in a 24-pack, or we can bring it down to at least a 6-pack or 4-pack for some people who may just want to try it out versus actually buying the whole pack, right?
And you'll ship it right to their
and
home
we'll
or office.
ship it right to you. We'll ship it right to your home or your office. So
awesome.
That's what we've been doing. We have an apparel brand. It's Immaculate clothing line. He's partnered with Afro-Organics as well. The owner is Devon Davis. Sorry, Devon. Just trying to remember your last name. But he's dope. I met him through some mutual friends, and he partnered with us. And he has an apparel brand. Yeah. And then we have, I'm trying to remember who else, because my phone was going to be where I did everything.
Both of us, our notes are in our phone.
A couple companies that we've been working with when we did our, trying to connect. When we did our promo, we did our promo on Afro-Organics. There's this woman, her name is a Conundrum.
Okay.
And she's on Instagram. And I literally, it was so weird how we like engaged. A friend, somebody I followed happened to post her like, hey, she's great for businesses. You should definitely just check her out. And I checked her out. One day she posted something like, hey, any business owners want to chat real quick? And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm always up.
True millennial.
I am always up working on stuff. And I was on my way from Philly back to Tampa. And me and her, even when the Uber came to pick me up, me and her were on the phone from like maybe 3 to my flight got delayed. Flight got delayed, and we were still on the phone till about the flight leaving. So I think me and her were on the phone for at least 3+ hours. And it was just such a great energy. And she has an app now. I don't have my phone with me for me to be able to show
That's
exactly.
okay. We'll
but I will tag her in
show.
it. But it's a conundrum. So on Instagram, you find her AKANDURUM. But she has 2 pages. But she's doing great work where she's trying to feature black salons, hairstylists, makeup artists. So she's trying to put people on a platform because people don't understand. We utilize Facebook, Instagram, and those are great resources. But if they decide to shut us down, we don't have a space to go. Afro-Organics is that space. A Conundrums app is that space. And she's created that platform for people to understand that, hey, you don't have to always use these people. We have our own space to promote ourselves and to find ourselves. And most people don't know that. But yeah, and DSI Blackpages, okay? So the thing is to move us from the mom and pop knowledge of things to the digital side of things.
Yeah, taking
advantage of what, us millennials and just everybody is utilizing, because what I really discovered with Afro is the fact that a lot of our mom and pop stores or those brick and mortars aren't getting access to us, correct? But we are the ones who are going to be on our phones, and I'm going to order something, I'm going to put it in my cart, and it's going to come right to my house. I'm not going to step into your store, but how can I bring your store to me? Afro-Organics.
Well, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already stated that,
Yeah.
and when I'm talking to my kids, I can see that that's just their way of life.
Yeah.
Some of these things, they've kind of brought us over into this technology field, but I just heard you say, if I'm looking for a pair of shoes, I'm online.
Yeah.
So having said that, there was something else I wanted our listeners to find out about her. When I say, put your money where your mouth is, I'm thinking of Maggie London. And Maggie London wrote a book about 365, the Black empowerment. And she and her family decided they would only purchase black products and services for an entire year. Now, National Black Business Month is celebrated for 31 days. And that's why we always try to make sure that we're putting something on, be it the radio or social media, whatever outlets. We will be here on Saturday, August the 31st at 5508. For those of you that want to showcase your products, and you've already seen 2 new products.
Yeah.
Well, Blue Water is now maybe in about 2.5, 3 years.
I've been drinking his water for at least a year
so
plus now.
So I know for sure 2 years for me.
Yeah.
And so, but these are the type of products that we want you to come and see, sample, taste, feel, talk to the owners, find out why they're doing what they're doing. And for those that have the brick and mortar, things are really, really changing. One of the things that Maggie London said was, we as a people must look at our community. When I grew up in my community, they were all African American, black-owned businesses. When I go back to my community, the buildings are there, but the ownership has changed hands. Just about all of them. And she said, what are we doing to our kids? Where are we showing our kids?
Yeah.
Where's that culture?
Yeah.
How are we teaching our kids that this is what we need you to do, how you to do? So perhaps you've moved out of the community, but the businesses are still there.
Yes.
And so if you have the brick and mortar and you're looking to get some things done and you want to move your product, we have the answer.
Yeah.
Afro-Organics.
Yeah.
It's right here. So while I'm looking at this Facebook page and the phone is a little closer to me, we're going to shout out to some of you. Hey, William. Oh, we got 2 Williams on the line. And one of them may have even given us the name of a salon. So I'm going to let the little millennial look and tell us. What does that one say?
He's just saying thanks for keeping us informed.
Oh, that is so sweet. Well, that's what we're trying to do. But now you inform us and shout out one of your favorite black-owned businesses, or 2 or 3, so that we can continue to carry this on. Hey, Valerie, and I'm looking at some of you. Erling, hello, hello. Hey, Reginald. Hey, Micheline. Okay, we've got people from all over. Now, she talked about supporting black-owned businesses. She talked about being a millennial, what she's doing, how she's finding her businesses. But this is what I found interesting. When Balaji decided to purchase a home here in the Tampa Bay area, she took her time, and I'm going to let her tell you why she took her time before investing in prime real estate here in the Tampa Bay area.
So
phenomenal story.
It was a process. As a business owner, the process for home ownership is a little harder because you may not have W-2s like everybody else. You may have, your taxes are a little different. Your taxes are a little different depending on the kind of company that you have. And what I really wanted to do was to make it as black as possible. So that meant that who was my realtor, who was the broker. The only thing we couldn't get around, honestly, was just the bank that funded the loan and I believe whoever did the appraisal. But as far as the inspection was a black company. Trying to make sure I shout out everybody. But my realtor was De'Erica Watson, all right? Fireside Real Estate, I believe. Yes, it is.
All this information is in our phone.
It is in my phone. I have a mental
phone.
for it. But my broker was Gail Filson, and she's an amazing person. She's also an accountant. She handles taxes, but she did that through her. She has her own brokerage company. Then I got some credit help. It wasn't really credit help. What I did was that because I was working on my doctorate degree and my student loan was crazy, so my debt to income ratio, because my loan was in deferment, that caused us an issue. But we needed to get me on like an extra authorized user card with a high limit for us to just offset that debt to income ratio. So I went through Rachel, the credit lady. She has her own company, Pursue, Overtake, POR, and Recover Services. But she's been doing a lot of great things in the Tampa Bay area. She had her event a couple weeks ago. Look Who's in Business. We've been doing that for 3 years now. Love Miss Rachel. She's an amazing person. And then my inspector was a guy named Corey. I cannot remember his company's name right now, but Corey helped us out. You know what? I'm going to go off of live on here so I can really shout these people out, because I do have this listed, like to the point that who did my moving, the moving company, I had a moving company and they helped me out and they were black. My housekeeping, because I was leaving from a condo, so we had to do the whole cleanup from that area, and then of course clean up in the new house. And that's Angel's Cleaning Services. Angel Shackleford. Angel does a lot of things.
Hey, Angel is very clean. She will turn her place upside down.
I've been using Angel for almost 2 years now. And
while Balaji is looking up her list so that we can shout out all of these black owned. Look at this girl.
All right.
First, you got to see the list.
The list is here. Okay, this is everybody that I use.
See that?
You can see this. So my list was very serious, and I made sure I gave everybody a great shout out once it was done. So my broker was Reliable Mortgage, Gail Filson. My credit repair was Miss Rachel Spate Hudson. All right.
Black owned business.
Yes. So my home insurance my home insurance broker was Miss Suzette. Suzette. And her company is Lioness Insurance Administration. She's going to be on Goddess Talk in a couple months, actually. But she was our home insurance broker.
Okay.
Our interior decoration was Debonair Interior Designs. Home improvement project was a guy named Mike. He handles he's my handyman, okay? Mike came in, and if I needed lights installed and stuff, Mike did those things. The moving company was Evans Moving and Hauling Services. I have a water and security system company. There is a black-owned security system company, and it is Priority One Protection. Mr. Sylvester, he's real cool. I love Mr. Sylvester.
Out of
he's in Tampa.
In Tampa.
Yeah, but it's Priority One Protection. Okay, so my security system is through them, and they may be outsourced from Brinks or whoever, but it's their company. All right, funny thing, Sylvester is married to a woman. Her name is Trina. And Trina has her own salon also in Tampa. Okay. It is called Studio K, okay? And she handles if I need my pedicures, and she has a spa, basically. They have massages. They have a whole bunch of stuff there. So shout out to Trina also. My lawn care is through Cameron Lawn, right? So his name is Cameron. And my bank, I want to shout out my bank because I do bank black, and I exclusively bank black, and most people when they say, oh yeah, I'm banking black, they may only put a couple $100 in that account, but I literally, all my companies are with City National Bank in Newark, New Jersey. I've been banking with them for about 3 years now, probably. So my first company's through them, my second, third, all these companies are through them. But we've been, that has been a pretty cool relationship. So I made sure that, hey, at the end of the day, from A to Z, this whole home buying process was black. And so that, I made that post. We closed April 29th, a Monday. So I just actually celebrated 3 months in my home just like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Congratulations. Now, where have you heard this kind of information from? We were talking about shouting out the number, the day of the month. This is the 16th. And we were bringing 16 black-owned businesses to you.
A lot more than that.
But boy, she just read off a truckload of them.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing about hanging around millennials. All of this information, if you're putting it in your phone, you better have it backed up somewhere else. And so, but I told you all when you came in here, there are 1, 2, 3. We have 4 devices here. So you may catch us at one angle, look again, you may catch us on another angle. But the point is, it's August. We're the show that wants to be all up in your black-owned business. We're telling you ways beyond 31 ways. And the 31 ways was just to be able to share with you over 31 businesses. Yes. This girl should write a book, just like Maggie London did in Buying Black 365, one whole year.
So it's
an experience.
It's Maggie Anderson. It's My Black Year.
Yes,
that's the name of the book. My Black Year. And I actually had that book. And funny thing, everybody kept telling me, "Hey, do you know her?" I was like, "No." So they gave me the book.
You and I had that conversation.
And I was like, okay. So I read the book. I was like, this is me. I love her. So I would love to meet her so I can just make sure we do.
I'm going to send you offline. Open that door. And that book is right there.
Okay. I have it. I bought it.
I have it right here in my office and had the opportunity to meet her. We are making plans for her to come here and share with the community because it's more than just the experience. It's a way of life.
Yes.
And she has created a phenomenal program, one in which we can follow, and it doesn't take a lot of energy for us to be able to do it. And one of the things I love about what she said is oftentimes we as African Americans, we say, well, we may not be in the community anymore, but we donate to NAACP or we may support the organization of TOBA, or we may do this and we may do, but what about the community?
Yeah, the community is
dying.
It's dying, and we need to revamp that. Because we need to repurchase. So there's this program called Buying the Block. So I've been working with a lot of people where we are trying to buy real estate, because we understand that, hey, I don't need to be in your community anymore. There's no reason. I don't have to feel like I'm missing out. Yes. We can build up our own. It doesn't take a lot of effort if you have just a group dynamic mentality, because everybody wants to do it on their own. I actually just posted something yesterday that, a couple years ago I posted, I want to start a travel company or something. Who wants to go traveling with me? Because sometimes as a single woman, your friends may not be able to go at the time that you want to go. So I just posted like, hey, who wants to go with me when I do make my travels? And my cousin actually started a travel company. It's called Jet Black Travel. And I've gone to, I was supposed to go to Colombia with them. We went to Cuba. They're going to, I think they're going to Ghana this year. He's actually on the live. Hey, Alex. Yeah, he's on there. But, he started that company. He has another company where it's a resource for black doctors, right? And it's called Rousseau Doctor. And that's also on Instagram, Facebook. And he features all melanated doctors all day. So there are people out there who will do the legwork. We have done the legwork. It's just, you know what? Let's collaborate and let's really push us forward. Because if you say that I don't know black businesses, guess what? What do you need? Hit us up. There's this young lady I just met a couple weeks ago through Miss Rachel. Her name is Tiffany, and she calls herself The Plug. And basically, she's found a way to literally help people find wholesale stuff across the world for whatever pricing that they need. Because the thing is, you don't have to always buy here. There is a resource outside of here. I'm working with people back home in Nigeria where it's like, you know what? All our shirts and stuff are made from China. I want stuff that says made in Africa. Okay? made in this continent, made in that. And they was like, all right, so what do you want? I was like, we need to now revamp our textile community because that's where we're missing. So I've been working a lot behind the scenes. So when people say, oh, I don't know what you're doing, I'm doing a lot.
She is super busy. She called me from the airport and she was like, listen, I'm going to call you as soon as I'm settled in. And we talked while she was in between flying. Actually, she was on her way to Philly. And I was telling her about the show and she's like, no, I will be back on Tuesday. I will be on the show on Friday.
Yeah, I just needed a day.
Woman of her word. And this is why it is so important, or I felt it was important to make sure we have her on the show because of what she is doing. And I asked her, I said, girl, how many businesses do you have? But it takes that.
I'm sorry. I want to shout out O'Neal Barnaby. He's a friend from college, but he has a company called the Black Math. O'Neal, drop your thing on there.
O'Neal.
But it's the Black Math Academy, okay? So Black Math Academy. He's originally from, I believe, New York, but he's living in Jersey. But he does all this stuff also online for people. So you can have a virtual math instructor. He's dropped a couple links for other businesses, and I've shouted all of them out. But, I feel like, a lot of people that I know personally have really backed me when it's like, hey, I'm looking for this. It's like, okay, let me check my contact. Shout out to Turbo Print Shop here in Tampa also. That's OJ and Shirley. They have their company, but they print out our business cards. They help me print out some other things. So we have so many wonderful Black businesses, and I feel like I was very ignorant, like a lot of people years ago, like, man, there ain't no Black businesses out there. Black businesses don't do X, Y, Z. But then it was just like I got fed up, and then it was like, no, I'm gonna find them.
That's right.
And even if it's not a great experience, I'm not gonna dog them. We can discuss how we can create a better situation for future customers. It may not be me anymore, but let's help you get better. But then also, let me really highlight those great businesses that are out there. And there are amazing businesses. And we have a huge event coming that I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to shout it out now. It's the Black Math Academy. There we go. The Black Math Academy.
Black Math Academy.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Thanks.
Virtual.
So we'll have O'Neal come on. He's going to be on Goddess Talk. He's probably going to call in the future.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be sure to have him call in and check in because our students are just getting back to school. Yeah. What a better way to give them the best opportunity to be able to... Hey!
Yes.
We're shouting out. Now we're able to do some of the reading.
Yeah.
And some of the names. But we appreciate all of you that have taken your time out just to be able to listen to what is being discussed here. We've shouted out so many different businesses and what we can do. I love there's a girl, I want to say Chanel, and you may even know her. She's out of California, and I started following her. She has her radio show, and she decided to do the same thing. They all moved in. They were like, how can we pool all of our resources together? And I'll be sure to put her link when we do our thank you post. But she wanted to know, how can we pool all of our resources together and be able to now start owning our own Black-owned businesses? So they found one family member that was struggling with one of the homes. Then they all went into the one home, lived in the home, and then they each started purchasing different businesses and operating the businesses. And then they decided, well, as a business owner, you're going to need an accountant. You're going to need a financial advisor. You're going to need credit repair services. And they began to make sure that each family member was trained in one of those fields of expertise. And then after that, it was, okay, now we've got the specialist. Now we'll grow that business. We're working on all of these various businesses. And then they decided, buy the block.
That's it.
Let's go now and look for more real estate. Even though they were all living in this one location, but the vision, the purpose, the mindset, the fortitude, they were razor focused on what it was they wanted to do.
That's all it takes. And
they purchased that building, and now all of the businesses get to what?
Grow
be right out of that business.
And I have so many great friends. And it's amazing how we'll talk like, hey, I need you to do this. All right, I got you. Somebody hit me up, hey, B, I need you. It's like, all right, cool, got you. And we have that reciprocal relationship. And it's just amazing because guess what? None of us ever feel like we're just out there struggling on our own. We may be going through our own different life issues, but it's just like, hey, I got invited to come to New York for an event. Shout out to Dr. Cynthia, but she's having a gala in Yonkers. And she was like, hey, I would like for you to come up here. And I was like, okay, let me double check my schedule. But then it's like, we need an ad, we need a flyer, we need this, we need that.
Right.
I hit up one of my great friends. He's a graphic designer. And I was like, I need this as soon as possible.
Like
just send me the information. Yeah, he was like, so you need it today. I was like, yes.
So it's nice having relationships with people like that.
But then guess what? I have friends who are carpenters. The one I was on the phone with, he's a carpenter. He was doing stuff, and I was like, yeah, I might need you to come do the backsplash in my house eventually. So there's so many different people. You never know. And we need to always give people the opportunity to understand you don't always need a degree to have a business.
Absolutely.
It's not that, because guess what? Mike the handyman, not going to say if he does have a degree or not, but guess what? Those jobs, those businesses are still very needed. All of our handymen, all of our electricians, everybody who's still doing all those things. And Carter G. Woodson, in his book, and I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday, is The Miseducation of a Negro. And it's just like, hey, stop thinking that you have to go to college, because guess what? The farmer sent his kids to school. And then the kids came back, I'm not going back on the farm. And the thing is, not saying that was wrong, but now the land is gone. Somebody else bought that land, that's out of the family's, it's out of the family's possession. But we need to remind ourselves that, hey, we still need all these resources. We got to pass down this legacy. I was just talking to somebody else yesterday, and he was like, yeah, those are legacies that we have literally let go to other people because we sold it out from us. As soon as grandma died, they stole grandma's house real quick.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because in the new edition of DSI Blackpages, that's one of the stories we're beginning to tell. And we're finding out that what's happening here is when our homes have been purchased by our family members, they may have left the home to multiple family members, and then as a result of that, one person may sell out. But what we're finding out is that person is selling out to a big company.
Yeah.
And then now that company is coming back saying, hey, I own part ownership in this. And now they're making a bid to take grandma's land, her home, everything.
And O'Neill just posted in there that, what we're talking about is group economics. Other races, ethnicities, or whatever you want to call it, are doing it, have been doing it. Because you have the Chinese. They're immigrants, and even Africans sometimes will do this. And the thing is, what I want everybody to understand, we're trying to bridge the gap. We are one people, melanated people. And that's what Afro-Organics is. I'm not going to say, Nigerians do this and Black Americans do that. It's like, hold up. We both do this the same way. And I will literally sit there, don't talk no junk, no talk no junk. I'm not hearing it from either side, because I was born there, but I was raised here. So I get really offended sometimes when, people say certain things about people over here. I'm like, well, you don't know any better because you weren't raised here.
And so we'll write it off for that. And so that being said, there are multiple events coming down. We're going to continue to celebrate National Black Business Month. We will come back on to the radio station or live in my office if we have to, because it's all about supporting us. It's all about a collaboration right here on the campus of 5508, which is where my office is. One of the things here, and I will always give this man a shout out, he will always be my hero, and that's the late Mr. James Hammond. And so you'll hear me say it over and over and over again. That FAP group, those gentlemen had a vision, and they purchased just about a whole block here. So it was a dilapidated warehouse with a huge garage, which is now what we're calling the 5508 Event Center. I've hosted multiple events there. On Saturday, August the 31st at 11:31, and it's 31 because that 31 is important. There's power in 31. 31 ways, 31 days, spend $31 your way. And for vendors to be able to come and showcase their products, whether it's coffee is it Big Storm, whether it's water, or we're gonna have a couple of people on our show on Monday. And we're going to be talking about home-based businesses that blacks have purchased ownership in. They become distributors. So you'll be able to come out for $31 and showcase your business. So we're asking the community, wherever you are, come out. Be prepared to pay $31 forward, donate $31 to a nonprofit, or spend your $31 your way. It's not even about, we've named so many businesses here. I believe we've already hit 31. But that's what this month is all about. But this month is a launch, is a kickoff, is part of the movement. If it's one person that spends $31, then you have helped that person perhaps pay a utility bill. There are those. Last year we had a lady that came and she said, I'm really here because I heard Sherryl say, go spend $31 with a black-owned business. And she said, the first door she opened, she said, hey, I'm just here to give you $31. Somebody pulled up in a vehicle and they saw me and they said, hey, Sherryl, I'm not able to come to the Power of 31, but I want to give you $31. You go over there and you support another business. Another person said, they heard me say, wouldn't it be nice if one person spent $31 with all 31 businesses, and they decided that they would do it for Elijah.
Yes.
They said, I'm going to spend, that's $961.
Yeah.
Well, they decided to round it up to 1,000 and bless all of those businesses. So, whether it's 30 people or 300 people, listen, we can have from $300 to $900. I'm thinking big.
Yeah.
Because this is a huge block here. We have ample space. 300 of you can come out here and bring your $31 or more. Balaji will be here. Actually, she has family coming into town.
Yeah.
And if she can bring, and they're coming from London.
I got my London people coming through, and I have my friend from Jersey coming through.
But because
my house is full this year.
I'm glad she got the house in April.
I do.
But we're the type of people that say, if you have it, we're going to come and we're going to support it.
Yes.
And so it's time for the community to come out, learn who these businesses are, and begin supporting these businesses. But not just in the month of August. Make some new connections. And I'm going to give a shout out. I'm actually displaced myself. I'm not in my own home. And so I was looking at a neighbor, and a yard guy was out there, and I wanted him to come and do some work. And I went over there and I introduced myself, and I said, hey, this property needs some work. Would you come over here?
Yeah.
And he stopped when he was finished up his job. He said, I'll be over there and I'll take care of you. Because, y'all know I like to tinkle in, as my husband say, I like to scratch in the dirt. But I love seeing a well-manicured lawn. So shout out to Eric's Lawn Care, and I'll post his information.
I need it.
No, I'm sorry, not Eric, Craig, because that was my first time meeting him. Craig, and I'll post his information. But that's what it's all about. Whether you meet a person in the airport or whether you meet them walking down the street, have the conversation.
Yes.
If you're looking for a black-owned business, we have the resources. We have DSI Blackpages. You're looking for a business where there's an event and they're showcasing black-owned businesses, we have a place right here, 5508 Co-working Collaborative Exchange. The businesses that could use your support every day. Most of them are open every day, probably, but no, there's a couple of them that's open on Sundays. Mm-hmm. So 5508 is the place to go. If we don't have you listed here, we still have a database. Mm-hmm. Whether you list in DSI Blackpages or not, we still support your business. We will still shout you out. We still use it as a referral. You Google black hair salons, you get DSI Blackpages. We find out what type of service you're looking for. We don't have them listed in our publication. We have a resource list, and we send you, and then you pick and choose where you want to go. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate.
That's what it does take. It really takes a group effort, and people need to understand that nobody can win unless we all kind of win.
That's right.
And a lot of people are just on that I self only. And the thing is, I started off like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then I realized, you know what? Oh, I found a company that's already doing it. I don't have to start that. You got that, but I'll promote you.
But let me promote and support you.
So that's my thing. I didn't see another company fulfilling orders, so I was like, yo, we're gonna do this. So we're not competing with anyone. We're not apparently I was supposed to be in competition with another black company. I was like, what? No,
really?
Of course
Please?
not.
Let's work together.
I was like, no. I commend everyone for doing what they're doing and doing it very well. So we have a book company that is I'm trying to remember his name, but it's DTR 360. But that's a book it's a book company. Like they basically, if you need a book, that's where I bought most of my books from. So
awesome.
I can, instead of going to Barnes and Nobles, you can go to DTR for the most part, and they'll usually have all the books.
You make sure you tag that information with me, because even though we're a publishing entity, we don't necessarily publish books for others. So oftentimes we're asked at DSI Blackpages, could you publish my book? Would you publish my book?
They're black publishing companies everywhere.
Yes, and they are. Yeah. So let's make sure that we're using them, because you know what? At the end of the day, we all have a story to tell.
Yeah.
So write your book. Mm-hmm. Shout out to WOW Writers Opportunity Workshop. Love those girls. They're great supporters of what's happening at 5508. We certainly try to always make sure that we're supporting them. So we're gonna take a minute, and I'm gonna let Balaji shout out some of those people, because I don't have my glasses.
Shout out to Henry Hunt, Ernest
Coney, Ernest, shout out.
Alfreda, Joyce, Mulkey, Ms. Diane,
Alfreda.
Alvaro, and Heidi Jennings. There's a lot of people who've been on here. Cynthia.
Oh, wow.
Rand. DW. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's
Rosalie.
okay. We
There's a lot of
appreciate
people who've
you.
been on here, but yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And shout out, we do have a Black Agriculture Farm Company.
Awesome.
And they are, because I've known them for a minute, Cross-Eyed Cricket Farms. Cross-Eyed Cricket Farms. And they have so much stuff. They have honey. They have different products. So if you need food, you know, that's another thing Afro-Organics was trying to do. I was trying to really get the farmers out there. So when I found them, we just followed each other. So, you know, I think we've linked up. We haven't spoken to each other before, but we've actually, you know, we shout each other out once in a while, I think. But there's so many different companies. There's hemp companies. There's so many different things out there. So Cross-Eyed Cricket Farms is Black Agriculture. If you need one, you can find them on Instagram, okay?
Black Agriculture. So
yes.
Don't let anyone tell you.
Textiles and agriculture.
There are so many Black-owned businesses that are out here. And even if the business isn't right here locally, we're able to connect you with those businesses so that you can begin utilizing their services. Our message is simple. Support your own.
Yeah.
Continue to keep the dollars circulating in our community. Dr. Davis was telling us when we were on the show the other day, she's like, you know what? I know people get tired of us saying that a dollar doesn't circulate in our community past a day. It's not even a half a day. It's not even a fourth of a day. It's less than, it's a little longer, but it's less than 6 hours. Yeah. Why is that? When we have so many businesses here that could use our support, businesses that are struggling.
Yeah.
So 31 Ways, the Power of 31 was established through the National Black Business Association. Their theme was 31 Ways in 31 Days. And when it was just kind of led with me to take it and run with it and bring awareness here, it was spend $31 your way. We're just providing the number of businesses that you will be able to support. Black on. Keep the dollars in the community. And let's see what we can do for the rest of the month. We're just kind of at the midway. You'll hear more about it. But 31 Ways, 31 Days, spend $31 your way. Join us on Saturday, August the 31st. Yes, it's Labor Day weekend. What better way to celebrate labor are for the people who have built their own businesses.
Yes.
Entrepreneur is a person that recognizes that there's a need, answers that need, but what they need is for the community to come and support that need.
Yes.
And so we have a lot of businesses out here on campus. We have those that will be joining us. So if you're interested in vending, by all means, we'll share the link. You'll be able to pick it up on Eventbrite. Yeah, y'all are in my office, so people are moving around in here. And I think we may be out of time.
I think we are. We
and
are
so we want
at
to say
1:35.
1:35. So we were 5 minutes late getting started, so now we've taken advantage of those 5 minutes. So again, catch the show that for this month is all up in your Black business. We have completed, Balaji, our mission for today. We have given you a list of more than 31 Black-owned businesses. Now, I'm excited that now she's introduced me to one in agriculture. I'm also excited that she's going to be partnering with those individuals. So when we go and connect with Afro-Organics, now we can have products shipped to us from all over. But again, they're Black-owned businesses. So to our Facebook family, thank you so much for tuning in. We could have just said stop. Yeah, I spent the last 3 hours in a medical clinic, and I said, no, Lord, I need to do the show. You gave us this show, so let's make it happen. Flew here to get here to do the show. Then there were technical issues with the studio. It's nice to have the millennials here. The woman that carries 3 telephones. And so we are live. You're going to catch us from the frontal, the side, every view but the back view.
Yes.
And we were like, you know what? We're going to do it. And you all knew we were coming on. And so we say, time out. I look over here.
Yep.
We say thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you. So to this camera, to that camera, to that camera, and then the one that she had to put down in order to find
my
her
list.
But I think that's amazing. So we're looking to simplify what we're doing. Yes, you'll still be able to pick up a copy of the Black Pages. We're going to unveil that amazing cover that people wait to see what's going to happen, who's going to be in it, and what new businesses are there. But we are going beyond that. We're going to where if you're looking for Afro-Organics, You'll swipe. She'll be on your Android. She'll be on your iPhone. Swipe up. You may get her bio. Swipe left. You'll find what it is about her business.
Yes.
Swipe again. Perhaps you can become a member. Swipe one more time, and you can become an affiliate. So she's found a way to create a stream of income. So while you're selling your products on Afroganics, guess what? You can refer people to Afroganics, and then
make some money.
Tell them again.
You can make some money.
So Queen Bee.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, my girl. I'm blessed with just a phenomenal village of people. So shout out to all of you. Some, this may be your first time tuning in. So we say thank you. We will be back on Monday. Monday, our guests will be Maddie McPherson and Dr. Mickey Chambers. And they're going to be sharing and talking about or dispelling this myth. If you own your home-based business, that's your Black-owned business. And so they're going to be talking to us about that and how others can be able to participate and what you need to do if you're even thinking about going into a home-based business. So again, we say thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
You.
Shout out. Final words, girl.
I love you guys. Thank you. Shout out to Afroganics. Shout out to Goddess Talk Radio Show. So we look forward to always working with everybody.
So you see what happens? In Touch News has opened up this opportunity. So let's talk business with SJC, DSI Blackpages. But this month, the focus is on the power of 31. Remember, 31 ways in 31 days, spend $31 your way. Culminating on Saturday, August the 31st, here at the 5508 campus. Again, bring your 31 plus dollars and show that Black businesses do matter in our community. Thank you all for tuning in. See you soon. Signing off.
Peace.
Peace.